I've got this under my tongue. I'm gonna keep it there. I should have done the whole video like this. Welcome to the Midwest. My name is Jesse, and today I'm going to be talking about bovine colostrum. If you followed me on Instagram, you might have seen me in a previous post talk about how I take bovine colostrum. I don't take it year-round, and so I'm about to start on a cycle of it, so I thought I would share this with you. This is a full and complete review on bovine colostrum, how to take it, why I take it, and how it can work for you. So bovine colostrum is a form of colostrum that comes from cows, and all mammals produce colostrum. Colostrum is the first milk that a mother produces after giving birth. Now the funny thing about bovine colostrum is that there is a history of how it's been used, and even in Ayurvedic medicine, it's been known to improve health, improve immune system function, and have a really great effect on digestion. Now, when I first heard about this, I was like, hey, what gives, man? You're taking this colostrum from the calf? That's not supposed to go to you. That was, the cow is trying to give it to her calves. Don't steal the colostrum. But over time, I actually found out that, especially in cows, they produce way more colostrum than is needed. And so what farmers started to do is they started to take the extra colostrum from one mother and give it to other calves and other animals that they took care of. And that was primarily for the purpose of improving their health and wellness. And it became a practice that was just really kind of common in farming. One of the things that you're gonna find if you search for bovine colostrum is that there's a lot of options out there, and that a lot of the colostrum is really kind of expensive. And this is because not all colostrum is made equal. Take a look at the links below for the kinds of colostrum that I use. This is the bovine colostrum from Keon, and I use it specifically because I know that this particular company uses really high standards. In addition to that, I know that this is certified grass-fed bovine colostrum, and that's really important because the colostrum that you get is going to be affected by what the cows were eating. Sadly enough, the supplement industry is not really regulated, especially here in the United States. And so you can find that, yeah, you might be getting colostrum, but you may also be getting the hormones and all the antibiotics that particular cow was using and being injected with, and you're gonna get all of those things too. This has been Greenfield's company, and he did a really fantastic interview with Neeraj from Soma Breath, and they were talking about it a lot. And actually, if I can, I'll link that in the description box below so you can get a good idea of why specifically I choose to go with Keon every time I use bovine colostrum. So let's talk just a minute about the benefits of taking bovine colostrum. So when you take colostrum, you're taking a substance that is very high in IgA and IgG, and these are immune system boosting agents that are antibodies. And so they are very powerful in fighting viruses and bacteria. And there's a lot of research that shows that people who take bovine colostrum have fewer incidences of upper respiratory infections. And so this is one of the biggest reasons why people take it. It's great also for athletes and people who are pushing themselves physically very, very hard. And also, let's just face it, if you're pushing yourself or you've been stressed in any way, physically or psychologically, it can take its toll on your immune system. And so taking bovine colostrum can help boost that immune system, help you recover, of course, whenever you're doing intense workouts, but it can also help mitigate that hit to your immune system that you might have during times of high stress, both physical and psychological, or both. Another reason why people take bovine colostrum is for its gut healing properties. And this is something that I found out 4 years ago, that I had a leaky gut. And this is one of those really common problems that people have that they don't even realize they had. I had no inclination, I had no idea that I had a leaky gut. And so one of the things that I started to do to fix this problem is I started supplementing with Bovine Colostrum. I want my gut to be very, very healthy, so I regularly, so annually, I will do a couple cycles or a couple months, maybe even 3 months of taking colostrum specifically for that reason. It's also been shown to help with gut permeability or intestinal permeability. Whenever you're under a lot of stress, both physically, mentally, or both, we have your intestines become more permeable. And so a lot of the things that you should be excreting in your waste, they're getting into your bloodstream. And you may not realize it. It might not be hit you over the head type of a thing, but you can have a lot of symptoms like being sluggish, having autoimmune issues, having a poor immune system. There's really a lot of kind of mystery symptoms that people have reported that have gone away whenever they see to the health of their gut. So colostrum is fantastic for your immune system, but it's also great for your gut. And of course, these things are intimately related to each other. One of the other benefits of using bovine colostrum is that it has a potential benefit in increasing your growth hormone. There is an IG factor, so your IGF, there actually is a lot of IGF in bovine colostrum. And if you think about it, this makes sense because it's there to help give a mammal both their immune system, but also to help them grow, have all these insulin-like growth factors. Now, this is excellent for people who are trying to put on lean muscle mass, people who are pushing themselves with intense exercise, and then also for people who are maybe trying to do body recompositioning. If you believe in that sort of thing, that's a whole different conversation. But if you're trying to improve lean muscle mass and reduce the body fat that you have, there are a lot of benefits that have been shown when using colostrum because of the IGF. Now, having said that, that's also one of the reasons why I don't use colostrum year-round. IGF is wonderful, it has a lot of potential benefits, but it can, whenever your growth hormone is high all the time, that there are some connections to growth of cancer. So that is something that I never want to have, and I never want you to have, right? So if you are, and of course, if you currently have some kind of form of cancer, it's something to avoid because it can increase growth hormone, which can increase the reproduction of cells. Now, this is awesome because most of those cells you want to reproduce with colostrum, but there are some cells that you don't want to have reproduce, and that's one of those risk factors. Now, when you're doing bovine colostrum, whenever you're taking colostrum, it is something that, like I said, I'm cycling on and off, and then I'm also going to be doing fasting. And that's one of the reasons why I do fasting is to help clean those cells that I don't want out, because I'm going to engage in intermittent fasting and using fasting long enough so that I can hopefully activate autophagy, which is going to get rid of those cells. I wouldn't say that this is a big potential danger, but it's the danger that keeps me from using it year round because it's got all of these benefits, but I don't want to use it year round specifically because I don't want that elevated level of human growth hormone in my body at all times. Another potential side effect is that the good stuff is generally expensive. I'm sorry about that, but it generally is expensive. Now, if you use the coupon code in the description box, you can get 15% off of your order of the Kion. I was able to get that for this audience, and that is for this particular product. I'm gonna taste it later, and that's one of the potential downsides as well. That's where the pills are probably gonna be most people's favorite. However, for optimal absorption of colostrum, you put it under your tongue. That's the Ayurvedic way of doing it, and that's generally the way that I like to try to do it, even though it doesn't really taste very good. Now, you can mix it with water, and honestly, I think that's the worst, trying to drink it just by itself. You can also mix it with like a protein shake or put it in food, but you don't want to get it super hot. You want to keep it at pretty much the temperature of room temperature or below. So let's take a look. I'm going to go ahead and take a taste of this is the colostrum. And if you take a look, I'm just going to show it to you right now. This is what it looks like, and there will be a there will be a specific taste, and it's not a great taste, but I want to put it underneath my tongue, and I'm going to try to keep it there for 10 minutes. And bon appetit. I've got it under my tongue. The nice thing about keeping it under your tongue is that you don't taste it. My mother told me not to talk with my mouth full, but here I am on camera. Again, this is all under my tongue. I'm kind of just swirling around, making a ball, and it really doesn't taste that bad when you do it like this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly sip on water and let it just kind of absorb and take it and drink, and just kind of slowly drink water and then wash it down. But I'm going to let it be under my tongue as long as I possibly can. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. Don't forget to go out there and be kind to people.